Darkness of white you can, through the sadness take your flight, and become the wings that pierce the veil, spreading strong and true tonight. Brought into the light at last by the cold exposing sun, I was granted freedom tame to become the chosen one.
Welcome back to Dubster Dive! Series where we break something's English stuff down, let you know how it goes, and... you're here still!
Yes. We're not doing this for the second time. Don't fact check that.
Nope, totally not. But yeah, so as you can tell by the title, we're covering Show by Rock Season 2 and the shorts that accompany it. There's, you see what? The lake and all that. Below, yeah. So, Show by Rock shorts will be first on our list. So yeah, there were 12 of them. They aired in July of 2016. And they were simuldubbed by Funny, as per usual. And they're included on the S2 Blu-ray. But they aired first, so we got to cover them first, which is kind of confusing with the placement that they have.
Some will take place during/after Season 2, and others take place...
Before? Way before.
Whatever.
Yeah, these shorts, if you think like, oh, they're just shorts, maybe they're skippable. No, some of them are actually relevant. You see how Sude Zude first formed. I'm not saying their band's full name again. Fuck you. But...
Do a pussy.
Bitch. Yeah. You also find out that leading into Season 2, Shuzo's band Trichronic are going on the Intergalactic Tour! They're going to other planets to spread the love of music. As far as new characters for the shorts, there's only one major one. A lot of these shorts are framed through the interview in Tokiko's room. And Tokiko is voiced by Sunny Strait, who's a female egg?
Yes.
Is that a woman?
Yes. But it's also an egg, hence too it's voiced by...
Yeah, very, just to be blunt here, very gay, flamboyant voice. Oh, what's the matter, Caitlin Glass? You'd have a problem with this one? This flamboyant voice wasn't offensive?
Well, you see, it was offensive because it's not the modern year. Then it would have been A-okay.
Maybe it's just because he's a woman. But yeah, Tokiko, oh, she's clearly a fan for, Trichronica, even making comments when she just says, we're gonna make an infinite rainbow! Of course, she says, I want to taste the rainbow. You people couldn't resist!
I am now I never looked up if that was in the stuff.
Also, she does the whole, how you doing, and says it just like that, too. But that's...
You didn't add enough R's to Tokiko's room.
I can't roll my R. Yeah, it really must be up in Spanish class.
Even the title cards of the episodes have like at least 7 or 8 R's.
And hey, that's not the only egg he voices. You see in other ones, we have a egg with a German accent who's apparently from New York.
Checks out.
We have a thug egg who's mugging Un. We have learning from a sensei teacher egg. And there's an episode where they're in a school for delinquents, which is kind of like Baki or Buchigiri. Rival schools is never coming back, is it, Dai?
No. I had to remind them to make the rival schools joke last time.
Well, yeah, the teacher egg there is also Sunny Strait. They're all him. And to be fair, he does a good job giving them all different voices. So, gotta give him credit for that. But I love how, like, the delinquent school quote, if we could talk for a second real quick about that. Rob shows up and he's like, alright, class, this is a new student named Rob. Now, I don't want anyone bullying him, you understand me? Be his friend. It's just Rob's this no-nonsense, like, badass dude who walks in. It's like, yo, what's up? You hear me, class? Be his friend. It's so dumb.
That sounds typical of those delinquent schools.
It does. And, dude, it ends on a cliffhanger, though, where Shuzo shows up, and he's like, you're the famous Shuzo. And he goes, yeah, show me what you got, but you're not on my level. And then it says, find out what happens in season 2, which is bullshit. They were just dick teasing.
Yeah, he's never gonna make it to level E.
Wow. But yeah. Either way, it was a lot of fun. A lot of these shorts are fun. And yeah, if you're wondering about Tsude, they ended up forming because Ah saves Un from getting mugged, and then more eggs show up, which, I mean, how many of these eggs are there? Are they all related?
I don't know.
Didn't you bring up the point that you're surprised people aren't a little more standoffish or even racist towards them with how, well,
Yes.
you know, they all look like thugs?
With how a lot of them are, seems the majority of them are thugs. Like, I guess Maple and that Sensei are the standard ones.
And the German one wasn't really a thug either. He was just eccentric.
They're just I mean, they're everywhere. There's even one in the ramen shop that they go to.
I can't believe this didn't click with me till just now, but that German egg said he was from New York. Does that mean New York exists in Sound Planet?
Yes.
Or am I thinking too much into it?
You're thinking too much into the show that doesn't even take itself that serious.
Now, there is a voice change that we need to go over real quick in episode 8 of the shorts. In the Simul-dub specifically, Rosia is replaced by Trina Nishimura, who's Jiro, or Earphone Jack from My Hero Academia, and Sarah from Love Live Sunshine. I guess Mikasa from AOT. Wait, what does that have to do with music?
The rumbling, obviously.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I think Trina does okay. The problem is Michaela Krant's voice is very, very distinct, so whoever they got was going to sound a little off. So, but overall, it's only for like a minute. And also, it's only in the Simul-dub. The Blu-ray fixed it. Now, the last short I want to go over before we move on to the main event is the spa episode with Shingon Crimsons, real quick. You know what I mean, where they're playing ping pong.
Aww.
Yeah. And there's
someone that can take place at any time.
Mm-hmm. So, Ion is being lazy. He's just in one of those, what is it, vibrating massage chairs or whatever thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and Crow's like, what, I gotta pair up with him? And Ram yells, Crow chose his dark fate when he threw out scissors. Now he must chase a white ball around for as long as it takes.
I think you said that wrong. You said Rom's.
Yeah, Rom did say that towards Crow.
Oh.
Because Crow is angry he has to pair up with Ion.
Oh.
Yeah. And so Crow was bitching because Rom got with Yaiba. And
ironically, he wins because of Ion.
Yeah. So Crow's Pong attack, though, when he nails the ball back, is he shouts, Dynamite Boneless Genocider! What the fuck does that even mean? I also do love their interview.
Alright, I'll fix any qualms you have about it. It was Crow saying that. That should answer all your questions.
Yeah, I love the short where they get interviewed, and Tokiko's like, you have a reputation for being very rowdy, boys. And Yaiba goes, we do not like being called rowdy boys. Hence. And then they all end up beating the shit out of each other anyways, because Crow is Crow, and Rom gets mad at him. What?
Yeah, and Yaiba's just there, as usual.
I love how Tokiko goes, you know we're live, right? And Rob stops yelling at Crow and goes, hi, I'm Rom. I'm the front man of the band and the drummer. How you all doing out there? But yeah, that's it for the shorts. They're fun, and they are worth watching. You do get a little more backstory on some of the bands, and, I mean, it's always nice to see more Shingon Crimsons.
Yeah, and every time he's talking like that, he's wearing a business suit and handing out business cards. He clearly works in some office building.
Yeah.
Or something.
And the ending theme is dubbed. I think it's called something Party or something, but the rest of it's on kanji, right? Because I know you looked it up.
Something like that?
Yeah, so they did dub that on the Blu-ray set. That's it for the shorts. They were fun, little distraction. Again, they're all, a lot of them are on YouTube, so you can knock them out easily.
And they all just solely existed to advertise that Season 2 is coming.
which
Be
seems
surprised. To be surprised from this studio.
yeah, which leads us neatly into season 2. Airing in October of 2016, you really had to release shorts 3 months earlier to remind people season 2 was coming?
Yes. Because they think people watch anime have ADD.
Oh, I mean, maybe I do, I don't know. But yeah, it
What
was
were we talking
simuldubbed.
about again?
It was simuldubbed by Funny again. And yes, the Blu-ray has dub singing and all that. So, before we get into the plot, we got to quickly recap what happened at the end of season 1. Dagger turned into a giant tentacle monster. He was defeated. Cyan and them saved Pretty Krista because they were turned into dark monsters by him
Yeah.
after failing him because, yeah, they lost to Plasmagica to battle. And Dagger's like, you useless! Blah, blah, blah. Also, Pretty Krista then joined BRR. So they have 3 bands now, and I think they still only have 1 practice room.
Yup.
How? And Cyan... what's up?
Well, they can only afford 1 practice room. How the fuck are they funding 3 bands?
Yes. Well, anyway, Cyan goes back home, promising her and Plasmagica will always be friends. That's when we get to season 2. It opens in the future, where the Queen of Darkness is targeting Sound Planet. What up?
With a giant space dust fleet. So I think we might have turned on the wrong show.
Yeah. That's when we see a band of ninjas named Ninjin Riot travel back to the past in order to stop her, with one of their members even grabbing Cyan from her own world to isekai her again, so that way she can save Sound World again. As a bit of retreading here.
Don't you just hate it when you're staring at a shooting star and it just crashes through your room?
And grabs you and takes you elsewhere?
Yeah.
But yeah, so everyone knows this time, though, about the incoming threat, so the bands all prep for battle. There's also new villainous bands that show up that are being manipulated by Dagger, and because he's back too. He never died, to be fair. He lost all his power.
He was just small.
Yeah, but
he's still operating it out of his building.
Yeah, but no. See, it's
he didn't lose any funding for trying to take over the world. Okay.
Well, you see, it's completely different from Season 1. In Season 1, he manipulated a band that had a lead singer, Catgirl, to go after Plasmagica, whereas in Season 2, he's manipulating a band that has a lead singer, Catgirl, to go after Plasmagica.
Hey, that was a feline, this one's a lion. Completely different.
But yeah. And Shingon Crimsons get their own thing. We learn more about the backstory we finally get Ramen Shuzo's backstory too. But we'll get into that in a bit. Also, I want to mention real quick, Rosia's development was actually really solid, well done. Because she used to be kind of a passive-aggressive bitch towards Cyan and Plasmagica, but now she respects them and is good friends with them.
I mean, being saved by someone will probably do that.
Yeah. And there's even a whole character arc with her and Rosia. Rettery. Sorry, I was looking at my notes to saw Rosia's name.
She had a character arc with herself. That's kind of impressive.
Yeah, she did. But yeah, with Rettery. Because Rettery wants to chase Cyan's rainbow, if you get what I mean. Okay, yeah, she's really fucking gay for Cyan. They're not even subtle about it.
No way.
So she's like, oh, Rosia wants to steal her from me. And Rosia's like, what? No, I don't like her at all like that. I just respect her. She's the only person that made me lose and want to get better. So, and as we mentioned with the rest of the band, Sude Zude are trying to track down something called a Maledesian stone that could help them win the fight, and Triconic aren't even there. They're on the World Galactic tour. So,
we pan over to them occasionally.
Yeah. But that's the plot. Animation for this and the shorts. Might as well cover the shorts animation here too.
The same as usual. Nothing really changed from season 1.
So you say the animation was not boned?
It was not boned.
Okay. And yeah, the OST is the same. Yasuharu Takanashi did the songs when music isn't going on. Including the Queen of Darkness's theme, which I just kept thinking, when did the Akatsuki get here? Hey, look, Tartaros arrived.
why did they have him compose for idol animes? I don't get
I don't either. Yeah, this season's way edgier. We're going to tell you that right up front. It's kind of part of its charm. But yeah. Let's get to the reason you're all here, though. The
I mean,
dub.
you would think when Shingon gets a focus of this.
Yeah. But yeah, so as far as the dub goes, everyone's back. No replacements, even in the simul-dub version. The scriptwriters are all the same, except it doesn't seem like Marchi's involved this time. So...
Yeah. It also doesn't seem like there's two scriptwriters an episode anymore.
Yeah, they seem to switch off.
Which for a 20-minute episode is extremely unnecessary.
Yeah, it's like seeing a 12-episode anime with like 4 or 5 ADR directors.
I know, right? When has that ever happened? All the time.
Exactly. But yeah, so a couple things to go over before we get to the new cast members. This set actually has a commentary on it with Brina and Caitlin on it, where Brina actually admits each voice actor had a different level of experience with music. Some were even able to use sheet music. I wonder which was. Probably Sudezude's members, I guess, since they went to music school or something. And I'm guessing Vic, too. But yeah. She also would say she wanted the voice actor to match the character in the dub, not the sub itself. But the melody of the song is always going to be the same. I mean, I doubt you could really change that too much.
Yeah.
And how she would listen to each song several times before translating and directing them. So... she tries keeping it as close to the Japanese as possible, while trying to also make it sound like a song you'd hear in English. I'm sure that had...
You mean she localized it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, if only more people knew how to fucking do that.
Yeah, and on top of that, she said she also tried matching the lip flaps, too. So, that had to have been a bitch.
Yeah. That sounds like really fun times.
Mm-hmm. She said it was really fun, but it was extremely challenging. That Sudezude songs was definitely difficult to do. But the hardest ones, in her opinion, were the openings and endings, because they're the songs that audiences are going to hear the most. So those are the ones you cannot afford to fuck up at all, because people will obviously notice. Also, there's a bunch of overlay and everything like that, too. But yeah.
Yeah. And then there's weirdly two different versions of the ending for this season. Because the normal one, they just do band call-outs to all the members before starting it. But then there's one version that's missing that.
Oh, we'll get to
the song.
We'll get to the songs in a little while, but yeah. Also, slight correction about Season 1. Apparently Caitlin directed all of Plasmagica and Pretty Krista's songs in S1, and Vic directed himself. But in Season 2, Brina had to direct him and translate his songs this time because of scheduling. Speaking of scheduling, she was also supposed to be part of Sudezude originally, but again, scheduling. It's kind of sad. Could you imagine? That would have been something.
Yeah. The closest you're gonna get is Zombie.
Yeah. I mean, as far as being allowed to dub the songs in particular, they would actually explain it's because the songs are part of the show itself and not licensed. For example, like with Love Live. Because they have tried before dubbing, like they'll dub an anime OP and send it over to the Japanese, which, yes, the Japanese do have to approve of the translated songs before they're allowed to submit them or accept them, like for Show by Rock. And a Japanese studio might say, sorry, it's licensed, you can't dub this. But yeah. Which means that if the Japanese approved of it with Show by Rock songs, if they're to be believed, then there you go. But that does bring me to something I doubt the Japanese knew too much about. The silly localization. So, back on character, voice actor singing in character. Oh, don't worry, I'll lead into it. The first one is with Monica. They admitted that they tried having her sing in alto before in her deep voice, but it just didn't work very well. So then they tried making her sing as Moa. But in this season, you could tell that they don't have her sing as high anymore. Especially for America.
Just for the better.
Yeah, she actually just sounds better not singing as high. And... What up?
Yeah, imagine sounding better when it doesn't sound like you're struggling to keep.
But yeah, this is when Caitlin decided to double down, though, on her whole changing of Retri's voice thing, saying she had a lot of trouble singing in her deeper Retri voice because, as you all know, she made Retri's voice deeper, claiming women with deep voices needed representation, like tomboys, etc. What the fuck are you talking about?
I guess Eric Mendes needs representation.
Sure, I guess. Anyway, there were times when she said she just had to give up because she just
she had to give up.
Yeah, she just couldn't sing like that. Well, then maybe you should have fucked with her voice at all. I don't know.
Exactly.
Fucking stupid. But yeah. But enough about that. Let's see. Let's get to some of the songs, Die. So for the returning bands, we've got a handful, you know. Like the opening and ending. You already brought up the ending theme, right?
Yeah.
My Song Is You. It's very upbeat. Sounds fine. It's sung by Plasmagica. They also did the opening, Heart Will Rock. Or Heart Woe Rock, sorry. And again, both are very upbeat and typical Plasmagica stuff. Also, Cyan has a solo song called Close to You. It sounds fine too. I think Bryn's one of the best singers here. So, you know, no complaints.
Then she'd go on to become a zombie.
We're not on that idol show, Die.
Yeah,
Now, as far as Shingon Crimsons, they had 2 songs. I couldn't find the name of the first one, but it's whatever. Because they go up against one of the new bands named Arc Array Effect. We're going to get to them in a bit, don't worry. And yeah, their first battle with them, I honestly think Mike sounds at his worst here, which is funny because then their second song that they came out with called Reclimb, I think he sounds better. You don't know. I'm still biased. He's still no Keisha, man. You're not changing my mind. Anyway. But yeah, it's
no biased.
What's surprising though is the song is also a little uplifting and upbeat.
And the other surprising part about it is, you believe it or not, it was also co-written with fucking Ion.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes it less believable that it's from the same band.
I know, man. As far as Trichronica, they had a song called Just Paradise, which has a summer theme to it. Makes sense during the festival episode where they're at the pool and stuff. Not really my thing, but I mean, pretty sure most people won't argue Vic is probably the best singer here, so it's fine for what it is. And yeah, that's all the returning ones I could find. I don't think Pretty Chris really had a new song. I'm pretty sure we even made a joke about that. Or if they did, it was only for like 20 seconds, then we cut away.
Yeah, probably that. Much like that first Shingon song.
Yeah. Well, anyway, now it's time for the new bands. So first we have Arc Array Effect, the rivals of Shingon Crimsons, who work with Judas Records. They're just a bunch of rich assholes. That's basically it. They even pay for votes.
And that's when we also get to reveal that Trichronica is with Judas Records.
Mm-hmm. Because they narrate saying, like, this band recently signed with Judas Records, the same record company that licenses blah, blah, blah. So, I guess they did reveal it. But yeah, so, the first member is Orion, who's a bison. I heard, you liked the live-action Avatar. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to joke about that. I heard it was shit.
Are you avatarded?
Anyway, he's a violinist. Voiced by J. Michael Tatum, who's Regrader from Genshin Impact, and Tsukasa from Actors Songs Connection. I remember the singing was dubbed in it, and that show was drugs.
It was.
But yeah, he goes on about money and buys votes and stuff, like I said. Which I think Michael Tatum does a really good job. He's good at playing pompous dicks. So he's right in his element, I guess.
Which is what he plays like 70% of the time anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So that weird time in Finland where he was a drunk priest.
Damn it. Well, after that we have Argon, who's a gazelle. After all the times you beat up that dumb animal. He's also a drummer. Voiced by Marcus Stimac, who's Tarasika from Assassination Classroom, and Alec from The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. Oh, fuck. Music reference. Burly Man in Ep5 of listeners. Okay, there we go. What? I have to try saving the music thing, man. Anyway, his whole gimmick is going shah all the time, and he's a bodybuilder.
Yeah. Which you wouldn't think with his voice.
Yeah, I didn't even recognize it was him at first, because he was talking a little higher than normal. Because he usually does a deep-ass fucking voice. But yeah, he even has gold-plated workout equipment. Is that necessary?
It's unnecessary, and I think that would probably hinder you more than help. I don't know.
Well, whatever. Marcus does fine. Again, he's usually good at voicing characters like this. You can tell he loves voicing the dumb bodybuilder types. After him, we have Selen, who's a lamb. He's a bassist. Voiced by Brandon McGinnis, who's Iketeru from Life Lessons with Uramichi Oni-san, and Man God from Jobless Reincarnation. And this is the one that probably leaves the least impression on me, honestly.
The only thing he gives is sometimes he makes condescending comments in the background.
Yeah, it's really it. Which
they
we already have Orion doing that.
They seem to have a problem sometimes focusing on bassists, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Retri got a lot of focus, to be fair.
But yeah, she's like the only. Like,
yeah, he's okay. It's just yeah. Yeah, Yaiba's actually, he doesn't get much either, does he? Well, anyway, the last member of the band, and the main one, is Titan, who's a unicorn and a vocalist and pianist. Yeah, this band doesn't have a guitar at all. No guitarist.
Outside of the bass.
Nah, I guess that counts. He's voiced by Jason Lebrecq, who's Nico or Neko? How the fuck do you pronounce that? From Fuka. And Tay from Darker Than Black. Also the second voice of Crow from a dead company. I mean, Ruby. Rooster Teeth.
I know. Couldn't happen to a worse company. I mean, a better company. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, so Jason does fine. His whole motivation, now that we can talk about the band's thing, is his family lost all their money, but he's afraid to tell the other members of the band because he thinks they'll kick him out and, belittle him and everything, which I don't blame him. They come across like a bunch of dicks. So he's just trying to make a living with his two siblings that live in the sewers like some Ninja Turtle shit. Speaking of his siblings, first we have Bolt. That's Boruto translated in English, die!
Okay.
I know you want to slap me, I'm sorry. Voiced by Alison Victorin, who's Gasper from DxD, and Shelia from Fairy Tail, and Nickel, who's Laura Woodhall, who's Yuki from Sign of Affection, and Gasper from DxD, the simuldub version of Season 4. See, we got both Gaspers!
Oh, so it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Unicorns?
I'm not sure which one of us probably is gonna get slapped first, honestly.
What?
Anyway, I mean, they're just playing Shota Unicorns. I don't know what you want from me. I only brought them up because they're related to Titans, so you do see them a bit. That is it. But yeah.
And he wanted to make the Ninja Turtle joke because they live in the sewers.
And the Gasper reference because we got both Gaspers playing siblings. And I thought that was stupid.
Not even the first time that has happened.
But yeah. As far as their song, it's called Just Awake. And kind of reminds me of a One Piece opening. They talk about going on a journey and, nothing's going to stop them from pursuing their dreams and moving onward. It feels like something you'd hear in One Piece. And I think Jason does okay singing it. Not terrible. It's okay. But now it's time for probably the edgiest bands this side of Shingon Crimson's, even Shingon over there blushing, BVL.
Especially since they changed their song.
Yeah, but BVL, Bud Virgin Logic. So, these band members, they hate music. Well, their lead vocalist does. And they're gonna play music to tell you how much they hate music.
It would sound stupid if they didn't live on a planet called Sound.
Yeah. Well, first we have their lead vocalist, who's also a lion, Eileen, another best girl. She's also the guitarist. What, man? Cat girls are awesome.
Also, a planet where you can change the way people feel by just playing music, I guess.
Yeah, some point makes sense. But yeah, so Eileen is voiced by Leah Clark, who's Marta Tachibana from Dance with Devils, and Mavis from Fairy Tail. Kobayashi from Dragon Maid. Wait, what? What? Dance with Devils is singing in it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, that was just fucking.
But yeah. Also, working on your reception, you all know season 2, I hope, because slight spoiler here. Eileen she's a lion, much like Ion, so you could probably guess that they're siblings.
The same eye color. Also blonde hair. It's not. It's totally fabricated.
And you find out about their backstory and everything. And it's the one time, like, it's probably one of the best dub scenes, at least for Leah Clark in here, when she's having a heart-to-heart with him. And it's the one time Ion doesn't talk awkwardly or like a chuny. He actually lets that all go and has a serious talk with her. So, it's good shit. Though it does make you wonder, would it be a better connection if these guys were Shingon's rivals instead? Especially since they're edgy and all. I guess it still works the same.
I seem to like having the guys go against the guys.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Either way, that's Eileen. She's fine. Fine, okay. After that, we have Handreko, who's a tiger robot drummer. Voiced by JD Torado, who's Rico from Love Live Sunshine and Sara from Genshin Impact. And, yeah. Jeannie would actually mention on her commentary with this band, BVL, that it was actually difficult voicing the scene where the robot Handreko was crying. Because she's like, I had to act like I was crying while also pretending to be an emotionless robot. It's like, yeah.
It sounds kind of stupid if you say it out loud.
Yeah. Also, Handreko is a bitch in filter, too, so. Are there any people who waifued this toaster? I really want to know.
Well, you would know. You waifued many toasters.
Damn straight. Anyway. Yeah, now for the last member, if you didn't think the band was edgy yet, Pei Pain is literally her name. She's the bassist. With her bass literally being called what now, Dai?
Nosferatu Pain.
She's also a Kirin. I didn't even know what the fuck a Kirin was before now. It's a horse or something,
yeah, he thought it was just a monster from Monster Hunter until now.
Yeah, I thought it was a Digimon or some shit. I don't know. Anyway.
Kirinmon.
She's voiced by Amanda Lee, or Amelie, who's Anzu from Hina Matsuri, and Marin from My Dress Up Darling. Also Junko from Zombieland Saga. But I already met the music quota with Anzu from Hina Matsuri. You get to hear her singing that. Anyway, her and Handreko want to save their friend Eileen from giving into the darkness. Because she hates music. And they're saying, like, I don't know why she hates music so much. You know, it's... She's changed. It's like, what gave it away? You know?
What gave it away is the fact that she's trying to destroy the world with the music.
I gotta have a laugh, though. So after they're done playing the song against Plasmagica, Eileen shouts at them, why didn't you two play the Melody of Darkness? So I'm gonna tell you all, the name of the song they played is called, is Solitude of Judgment. And here's some of the lyrics from it. Let the curtain rise on the song of our demise. And the chorus literally has her shouting the lyrics, annihilate everything. What do you mean the Melody of Dark? How much edgier could you make it? Quite a lot, apparently.
Yeah. It can be made edgier.
Yeah. And I gotta be honest, I think Leah is one of the weaker singers here. The song itself is awesome. It's probably one of my favorite songs, not gonna lie. But, yeah, as far as the dub singing goes, I think she's one of the weaker ones. She even admitted on the commentary she enunciated too much, and Breen had to say, no, you're doing it too theatery.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, and she said it took her 2 whole days to sing the song correctly. because her voice kept getting tired or fucked up or something. I don't know. Either way, I just think she's one of the weaker ones. And have a thought here, and from what I've seen, I'm not the only one. Why wasn't the lead vocalist the one in the band who's actually professionally covering vocal songs or anime songs? You know what I mean?
Vocal songs?
Yes! Anime covers.
You see, songs.
I could have jumped. You know what I mean? But Amanda Lee is right there. Why not use her as your lead vocals? Exactly. Holy shit. But yeah. Which, I mean, Amanda Lee even admitted this song did look like it was kind of difficult to do because the harmonies were all over the place. They were low to high, etc. But still, I think she probably could have done a better job with it. You know? But that is all of our major characters out of the way, except for our main villain. Queen of Darkness, Victorious. Sorry, whenever I hear that name, I just keep thinking of Bobby Roode. Anyway, she's played by Elizabeth Maxwell, who's Rosaria from Genshin Impact, and Miko Konji from Anime Guitaris. And, I mean, she laughs a lot. She's very evil. And
yeah,
she actually has to change her voice a lot. Like, when she's pretending to be Arc-Array-Fac's manager to manipulate them, she has a different voice. Like, I didn't even notice it was her at first. Or when she has her heart-to-heart moment with herself in her mind in the final episode and has to talk to herself and do two different voices. I'm sure that had to have been fun. So, you know, there's that. Also, Di, didn't you say when we see her flashback, she comes from a planet that literally looks like the Death Star?
Yes. A better Star Wars, the best Star Wars reference you're gonna get in 2024.
Well, speaking of which, we see her growing up with her friend Astriel here, voiced by Erica Lindbeck, who's Miyazono from Your Lie in April, and Ellie from Love Live Squidle Project. So I just bring her up because one, it's related, and two, it's just random as fuck that she's here for only one episode.
It makes sense if you don't think... They do this all the time.
I know. You also get her singing, so figured I'd mention that. You get them both singing about justice, which is kind of silly when they play numerous roles going on about justice, like Erica Lindbeck as Shavras in Genshin, or Sai Najima with Elizabeth Maxwell, Persona. I thought that was silly. I mean, when they're climbing up the death tree, their singing sounds a little awkward to me, but that's it. Actually, now that I think about it, has Erica Lindbeck been in any anime where she's had to sing before?
Yes.
Are you sure, or are you just fucking with me?
No.
I mean, you said Your Lie in April was a music anime. I haven't seen it, so I brought it up.
She sings briefly in it, but it's mostly about,
well, it's topic for a different day, you know. Because again, at most, all I have is the stupid AI cover of her singing the Ava theme. You know, I got a million of those, but whatever. Point is, she did fine, I think, for the most part. But that's all of our major players. Now let's get to some of the side characters that I got to bring up. Like our MC, voiced by Chris Guerrero. You all know Chris Guerrero, right? Ainz Olgone. Di, do you know any music? Eisen from Freerun.
Yeah.
Oh, add voices from the Rolling Girls. There we go. That's showing music in it. Yeah. And again, he
has the most musical laugh in all of One Piece, though.
He knows I don't like that laugh. Fuck off, Moria.
What? How do you not like Gekko's laugh?
Anyway, yeah, again, Chris is the hype man. He's the one that's like, yeah, we're gonna see these bands tonight. And I think it works really well. You even said it reminds you of the narrator from Double Decker.
It's the exact same voice you use for the Double Decker narrator.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Just about the dick comments.
So we're bringing him up because he was the MC since season 1. Except for that one time it was randomly Bryce Papenbrook. And Esther,
yeah.
whatever. Now for Ninja Riot, which I am not naming off all these guys, only the ones that matter. So first we have Arashi, voiced by Justin Briner, who's Deku from MHA, and Echo from Listeners. And yeah, he's a cyborg Shiba Inu? I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to keep fucking that up.
Shibu Inu?
I'm going to keep calling it that. I don't care. He's the lead vocalist and guitarist. Why am I mentioning that? I don't fucking know. They don't even play any music. Honestly, Ninja Riot are kind of shit in terms of plot relevance. After they bring Cyan back...
They're only relevant if you play the phone game and pull them on gacha.
Yeah, a lot of these bands, which we're going to get to another one in a minute, are, only here because the game had them, and they had to advertise. Since, let's be real, these animes were glorified commercials for the game. But yeah, he did fine, I guess. His whole thing was like, we need to stop the Queen of Darkness, victorious. But yeah, they fuck off after ep 1 or 2, and then don't show up again until the final ep. They don't even participate in the final battle.
They also don't even take the time travel seriously at all. They just act like it was a joke.
Yeah, it's really bizarre, honestly. They could have easily just had science summoned to the world the same way as S1, but I guess, again, they had to find a way to work this band in here somehow. But yeah. Any other members worth mentioning die?
The one that brings Cyan there, I guess.
His name's Kamui. He's the drummer. He's a robot that you said is green-tinted.
A robot with a green color scheme. Talks kind of monotone.
Voiced by Jeremy Inman, whose ad voices in Sounds of Life, and, yeah, the reference, obviously there. Android 16 from DBZ. R.I.P. Toriyama. Anyway,
the only thing of note he has is when he brings Cyan there, he breaks through BRR and Maple's trying to sue him. He gets real nervous and pieces out.
Yeah, it's like, you're gonna have to pay the bill, buddy. He's like, yeah, no thanks, bye.
And he's gone from the rest of the series.
Yeah. Now the last band I'm going to mention in our last voice actor school, well, no, there's probably a couple of others when I get to the plot stuff, is Uesano Pedals. I'm only bringing them up because a voice actor change happened, so we could cover all the bases here. They're a southern band, at least in the dub. I don't think they have southern accents in the Japanese. That'd be kind of silly. But yeah. So there's a running gag. We pan over them a lot in season 1, but we didn't cover them because it's a running joke where they just go, "We're going to Minnesota." That's it. It's like at the end of every 3 episodes for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
We'll quickly run through these. First, we have Shibarine, who's the vocalist and guitarist. She's a Shiba Inu? Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Okay. She's voiced by Whitney Rogers, Yozora from Haganai, and Lotta Hart from Ace Attorney. Keep the southern accent going.
And Japan loves them. Just look at the statue, or P3.
No, then we have Hakun, who's the bassist, who's a civet. Another animal, I didn't know what the fuck it was, so he told me it's a lemur or some shit.
But, yeah, it's just in that ballpark. Something like that.
Well, he's voiced by Kyle Phillips, who's Denki from MHA, the lightning dude. Then we've got Kitsune, who's the drummer. She's a fox. Voiced by Tia Bauer.
Wait. Just hearing the... Oh my...
Yeah,
her name is Kitsune.
And she's a fox. Yeah. Yoshida from Data Live and Happy from Fairy Tail. Dated Zero, I guess. Dub Season 2 already, you bitches! Anyway. And yeah, by the way, these people, even though they only have a couple of scenes in each season, they have a whole backstory on the Show by Rock official wiki, I'm guessing is from the game. Like how Kitsune wants to be seen as...
Game?
Yeah, she wants to be seen as the sexiest chick in all of Sound Planet, or some shit. It's like, what?
I mean, there's a whole bunch of backstories that's game only, like Rosia's rifles with eyeliner.
Well, the main one we're covering today is Poco, who's Tanuki, Rakunda, whatever the fuck. She's the keyboardist. In season 1, she was Ashley Domingue, who's Yukimura from Haganai. In season 2, it's Jill Harris, who's Shizuku from Love Live Nijigasaki School Idol Club. Yeah, I don't know why they changed, but it wouldn't be the first time Jill Harris replaced her either. Future Diary. Also, the band in the season is being managed by Owasso Igara. I'm gonna fuck up his name forever. The Brandon dude. He's trying to be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah.
But that means this season has double the brand.
I know, and neither of them bully JYB or Micah, his son. It's a running joke. Don't worry about it if y'all don't get it. Don't ask. Anyway. But yeah, that's all of our main bands, you know? So, as far as anything else to mention with the plot, so we find out about Ram and Shuzo's backstory. They apparently were in a band together. So, Amaterasu is the name of the band. And you actually get a full song. You get Vic singing a metal song called Cadenza. The song is fucking awesome, by the way. And Vic nails the chorus on it. It's about a dude struggling. It seems like, what up?
And then you realize he goes from that to just being a pop star, and it's like, what a fucking change.
Yeah.
He goes from dressing all in black and wearing eyeliner to dyeing his hair blonde. Being in a boy band.
I wonder if Vic's like that IRL. Do you think he used to be like a goth teen or something, and then when he grew older, he's like, I'm going to dye my hair blonde.
I'm going to stop dyeing my hair black.
But yeah, the song talks about it. It seems like struggling to show emotions and keeping everything closed off. Maybe that's why Shu left the band. It's because he was tired of living like that. I don't know. We could get more episodes exploring that. You think we ever will? Probably not.
No.
That's sad. But yeah, it's a really good fucking song. It's good. And the last song to mention is Resolution, which is the final song every band plays together in order to overcome the final boss victorious. And yeah, well, I say every band, but Arc Artifact aren't there. For some reason, they just peace out after their loss to Shingon Crimson.
They peace out and hang around in the sewer. They're all Ninja Turtles now.
I didn't even mention this. Victorious stole all of their money. It's like, why aren't you fuckers there to play your instruments? You figured you'd assholes want some form of payback. I don't know.
Yeah.
And BVL more or less split up because Eileen went home after having the heart-to-heart with her brother.
And they try to gaslight you the whole time into thinking Eileen is the Queen of Darkness.
Yeah.
But really, she's just
being manipulated
by Dagger. Well, Arc Artifact is victorious.
Mm-hmm.
They just happen to intersect at a certain point.
Yeah, Resolution has everyone involved, which, again, after listening to it's about overcoming adversity and all that stuff. It's a good song. I still think if you listen to it, you hear every one of the lead vocalists go at it. I still think Mike is the weakest here, and that's putting my bias aside. But that's just me. Speaking of ranking leads, if I had to rank them, my personal opinion, be Vic, then Bryn and Alexis. It's their dual lead vocals. Stephanie, which she'd probably be higher, but Sude really weren't here that much, and as to were they?
They were finding a MacGuffin. We panned over them occasionally, but they didn't even have a new song this season.
Yeah, then Jason, like I said, he's right in the middle. He was just okay. And then Leah and Mike would probably be at the bottom for me. But yeah. Otherwise, though, I gotta give the props for at least dubbing the singing in the first place. You know, they could have easily just said fuck it and not dubbed it at all. So they at least deserve some credit for that.
Yeah, then it would just be. Then if it was on Crunchy, it would just be music without any subtitles because their app is a piece of shit.
He's mad their app doesn't have subtitles a lot of the time. But yeah, as far as anything else to mention with the dub, real quick, you get a moment where Maple imitates Elvis Presley. And you said he was dressed like him for that second, kind of making the Grateful King thing a little more fucking stupid. There's a scene where they go to Planet Pidu, which is Moa's world.
His favorite episode.
Fuck you. No, it is not. And yeah, King Pidu is voiced by Sonny Strait, which you said it was an egg, didn't you?
Yep.
I didn't even know
Those
that.
things get around.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind that egg fucked someone. Mo is their
Yeah.
daughter. I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
like, Queen Pidu fucked an egg. But yeah, speaking of which, his voice is like this, and he becomes good friends with Maple. It's
Because of
really,
course he does.
and yeah, Queen Pidu is voiced by Morgan Garrett, who's Coconut from Necropara, and Daya from Love Live Sunshine. And yeah, they have to say Pidu after every sentence. The whole race does that. There's even a scene where you see them play the traditional Pidu music. It is hilariously stupid. And Caitlin Glass did say she had a lot of fun dubbing the Pidu. It's like, yeah, to be fair, I imagine anyone would.
Their language has subtitles. This is why I said fuck Crunchy.
Yeah, it was Pidu do 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 Pidu do 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 is how they talk. It's so dumb.
By the way, that whole that all of that would essentially be like one or two words. The language is really stupid.
Well, the last Pidu we need to go over, because it just makes things a little stupid, is when Mo is being questioned by one of them. It's voiced by Colleen Clinkenbeard. You know, Luffy from One Piece, or is it for Fairy Tail? And my whole thing is, Caitlin, I thought you said you don't know if the voice actress would have to sing, so are you sure Colleen can sing? You had to stand in for her yourself in Monster Hunter Stories. You're sending me mixed messages.
I know, right?
But yeah. Let's see. Some other set out things is during the final battle, you have a Maple using a giant egg mech.
I mean, we had Dorojaru using a kaiju, so whatever.
Yeah, but I love how King
Kaiju.
Peter says in his high-pitched voice, "Robots are the dream of every man." Not wrong, but the voice still is really silly.
It is.
But yeah. Also, you get Vic saying the line, "You must not believe the rumors and gossip spread by news outlets." Oh, that line has aged extremely well.
Aged like fine milk.
But yeah. And yeah, that's it for the dub. As far as the theme of the season, I think it works out for the most part. It's about basically opening up to your band, which they covered slightly in S1. You know, with Choo Choo needing to open up to them more.
Yeah.
But this one goes all in on it. Like Shingon Crimson's needing to open up to one another more, and Rom finally revealing his past, and then working together on their new song, including Ion and Crow, which as we brought about. Archaeafact finally realizing, oh, you know, our money doesn't separate us. We're still friends, etc. And obviously BVL, they finally open up to one another with Handreko and the other one. Why could I remember your name for a sec? Oh,
Pain.
You're the most edgy name. Just drawing a blank for a split second. Talking to Eileen. And even Plasmagica, because there's a moment where Cyan offers to write the song for their upcoming event and hits writer's block. So, I just have a quick question about musicians, Dai. Do they normally take LSD if they hit writer's block in order to try passing it?
No, that does not end as well as you think it does.
I am the walrus?
Exactly. You'll make a very divisive song. Or have people say, "What the fuck did I just listen to?"
Damn it, Avenged Sevenfold. Hey, they're still my favorite band, but yeah, I'm not going to argue about that last album being divisive as fuck. Oh, yeah, you're fun. Anyway, yeah, so, basically Cyan has to learn a lesson from Grateful King. This is his only real thing for the season, is teaching her to rely on your bandmates, that they'll help you write the song and get past your shit. You're not alone in this. Rosie has to learn the same lesson, by the way, to rely on her bandmates. So it's a fun lesson. It's a fun lesson. As far as the main plot, I already mentioned a lot of it does go over the same beats we had with season 1. The dagger shit, for example. Even it even ends with Dagger yelling at Eileen, calling her useless after she loses the Battle of the Bands. Speaking of which, they do actually work with Dagger this time to take on the final boss. So that was something. But overall, the season ends with Cyan going home, promising to be friends with everyone. Again.
Deadly friends.
Yeah. So it does rehash a bit of S1, but it's still, I think, is okay on its own. It's like season 1 if written by an edgelord. There's a lot of edge to it.
I mean, probably has to do with Shingon getting a focus, but then losing their edge.
Sad part is
losing their edge lyrically. Is that better?
Hey man, I think I told you Keisho's band Grand Rodeo is the same way. A lot of their songs are not as heavy as the Bungo Season 5 OP. A lot of them are uplifting.
Yeah, but I'm talking about what you have established already with Shingon as a...
Oh, I know, I agree with you. But I just think it's funny. It's like a little bit of art imitating life, I guess. But yeah, so if you haven't seen the season yet, even though we just spoiled it, I'd say go for it. Why not? You know? Let us know your favorite band and all that stuff. And who your best girl is. And why it's one of the 3 cats. Cyan, Rosie, or Eileen.
But there's 4 cats. One of them's just a robot.
You mean the Neko Daru Dayu? Oh, you meant the tiger.
Hey, yeah. I mean 5.
Yeah, there's
probably
gonna be more cats by the time we're done, man. Lots of cats.
And they all have different names for their species, but only cats and dogs matter. That's the moral of the story.
Well, either way, that's Shobarock S2 in its shorts. So, not much else to say here. Except, if you're expecting Season 3 or 4 this month, don't, because, well, this is all Shobarock Vic was in. You all know what happened. I don't need to go into that. Which means, thankfully, we don't have to cover Season 3 and 4 right now. Yeah, that's a story for a different day, if you're wondering why we're saying it like that.
Yay, Season 3!
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be fun. But in the meantime, Show by Rock, fun show. Too bad the Blu-rays are out of print. Go fuck yourself, Crunchyroll. Stop trying to get rid of physical media for your anime collectors. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
Well, they didn't just get rid of physical media. They got rid of all media because they don't even have the rights to it.
I mean, no, it's up there. Show by Rock's up there. Remember? You're thinking of one of the other shows this month, Don. But yeah, speaking of which, we'll be back next time with another Vic show, obviously. We still have a couple weeks left. But thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have yourselves a good day. And the hint about the
next time when you level up.
I was going to say that the hint for the next show. Anyone ever know a dickish alien from outer space? Pretty sure that spoiled what it is, but it's all good.
I'm pretty sure what I said earlier also spoiled what it is.
But alright guys, thanks again so much for watching, and let us know if you agree or disagree with anything we say, and all that stuff, and all your favorite shit about this show. Until next time. Shingon Crimson is still best! No one's changing my mind, damn it! They're still the best band! Until next time, guys.